Hello everyone. Let me start recording also. Hold on. Hello everyone. Good morning and good evening. I know that you guys have joined from different time zone. We welcome you on behalf of Geeks for Geeks, and we are going to talk about a lot of interesting thing today. And how we will do it, um, we will deliver, let's say, a session for next 20 minutes, let's say. Then we will open up for queries. um, then again, let's say for 15 to 20 minutes I'll deliver something, and then again you can come up with your queries. Okay, so we'll make it more interactive. As of now, probably you guys cannot unmute yourself, right? So don't worry about it. We'll open up with your queries and everything. Don't worry about it. Okay, fine. Okay, I'm sharing my screen, and from there we will pick up to start everything. Okay, I hope you guys are able to see my screen now. And to start with, I want to share with you one of the PPT. Let me open that. Give me a minute. Let's say this one. Yes. Yeah, great. Fine. Great. Testing a booming career option. And we'll talk about the career path also later on. And let me introduce myself. I am Nitesh Kumar Jain, your trainer or mentor or guide or friend, whatever you want to say. So I'll be with you in this learning journey. I have around 15 years of experience into software industry, and it's like more than 7 years now into mentoring, training, guiding the test engineer, or maybe helping them to transition into learning more on test automation side. Tool wise, I've used more on the Selenium side, though I have worked on Cypress, different tools also, Playwright for API testing. um, I have worked on REST assured. I have trained more than 2000 students till now, and my approach is more on practical side, more on practical, to understand how you convert your manual cases to the automation one, and how you create the framework, how you can create the framework in a simplest way, which is more maintainable. Okay, and now the question comes about, um, what is testing, why testing. We know these things already, because I believe most of you, if you, in academic also, you must have learned about it, or if you're working as a test engineer or the QA professional, we say, you know these things already, right? Uh, but let's understand that why testing is important. Because whenever, let's say, if you're buying anything, right, when you purchase anything, right, you check basically 3 to 4 things. That, okay, I want to check based on my requirement how the product is, right? You check it whether it is value for money or not. You check basically the reliability part of it, correct? And that is how software testing world also works, right? Any product which a company want to ship, they want to give the best experience to their clients or to their users. So obviously it should go from a proper quality check, so that they can, whenever they are shipping it, whenever they are delivering the software, it should be best of quality. It should be best of like value for money. The same way, like how you consume like anything, you cannot, you do not consume anything, without a check, correct? So that's why, accuracy check, compatibility test, these are important thing when you do testing, right? So, but is testing is only detection in recovery or something else? Let's understand. Testing is not just like you create the test cases, you are finding the bugs and recovering those things, right? It's not that. Testing is more of preventive mechanism. Okay, detection and recovery comes after that. It should be preventive mechanism so that less number of bugs will be discovered. Okay, so there is a saying, stitch in time saves nine, correct? So we should follow this philosophy when you want to become a better test engineer. But are you learning while you are earning or while you are studying? That is more important, irrespective of whether you are in your academics or how busy you are in your current project. There should be learning part every day, right? Your learning should never stop, especially when the software industry, has moved technically very fast in last let's say 5 to 7 years. The UI technology, how it has changed, right? The database mechanism, how it has changed, the cloud technology, how it is driving the whole thing now, right? So it has impacted testing part also. Though the basic concepts about the testing, about the quality assurance is same, right? But nowadays, the companies are expecting, the thing should happen faster, cheaper, and it's still the better way of doing the testing. It's like this. So if you want to become a better test engineer, understand your project end to end. So these are some points which I have listed to discuss about it. You can have, questions around these things also. So understand the project, your project end to end. Okay. And when we say end to end, it's like in what business your company is, like who are like their client, who is the real user, right? Understand those things, how it is, the whole architecture is, where is the database, what kind of database it is, what kind of APIs we are using. These are the things we should be concerned about as a test engineer. It's not, we are living in iterative plus incremental model of way of delivering the software. It's rapid application development, right? Gone are the days when we used to develop the software in more of waterfall model, where the testing comes and at a very later stage of delivering something, right? So nowadays it's like in every 15 days, or let's say in every 3-week sprint or 2-week sprint, we are delivering something valuable. So it's more important that with each sprint, we do the whole checks also, the whole testing also. So, and I'm repeating again, testing is not just about, creating the test cases and scenarios based on the requirement. The testing should get started as early as possible when you are doing the requirement analysis. From that point of time, you should be very attentive about how you are going to check the things, how the requirement itself will be verified, right? Practice makes us perfect, so it requires practice. It's not just about test automation. For anything, if you're learning testing concepts, also anything new, let's say you are learning accessibility testing or usability testing, right? It requires practice to become, near to perfect. It's like this. Interpersonal skills and soft skill is equally important. If you want to become a better test engineer, these are the skills which is also important, not just the technical skills. Learn different tools. So we are living in the era, where there are a lot of tools available. There are a lot of tools which can make your job a bit easy. It's like this. So we have to learn tools as a test engineer. If you want to grow in your career, we can say earn better, right? So it's better we learn the tools, and it's not difficult. If you make a proper plan, you can learn, tools also. Now, job search. People generally ask that, um, how to find the job, or what are the options, right? So what I say is, job search is a journey. Okay, don't take it like, you are searching a job and you get the job and it's done. If you're not learning through your job search journey, it won't help you in future, right? So when you are doing your job search, that is also a kind of, we say PDCA cycle, right? In the same way, you should consider your job search part also, like plan something, do something, act, right? And check, all those things should be there. Okay. Now, generally people ask that, is testing is dying, or sometimes people say because of a lot of AI tools, whether there will be job for test engineers or not, right? So let's understand, testing was there, it will always be there forever, right? And there is a simple logic behind it. Whatever software we will create, right, in any domain, in any business, any product, there will always be a check before you deliver it, correct? So testing will always be there. The way how you do it, that may be different, maybe more on the automation side, but that is going to create more number of jobs, right? It's not like that the testing related jobs will be reduced. Okay. So because there is fast paced delivery, because a lot of things has been involved into testing now, uh, you have to keep track of the quality delivery, right? It's like this. That's why you have to be more cautious about what you are learning, whether you are implementing what you are learning or not, and how you showcase your skills. It's like this. So basically, throughout your career, you have to improve your analytical capability, your communication skill. You have to find your interest also, like what in a particular part, like what kind of expert I want to become. So I'll give you a simple example, right? Generally, for the test engineers, the career path is, okay, you are a test engineer, then you become a lead or the senior, and then you become a manager or the director, right? It goes like that generally, right? But see, there are a lot of different expertise or the different competencies also, which you can you can have, you can pursue those things, and you can become better on it. So for example, performance test engineer or performance test engineering or performance engineering is one such field which is very good. Or the security testing, that field is very vast. Automation itself is a very big market, right? So all the companies, they want automation, there is no doubt. And there is a simple logical reason behind why companies or the project demands automation, because we have we have limited number of days, right, to finish our testing, right? So obviously the number of test cases, when that get increased, right, so automatically you should have, you know, automation in place to reduce the manual effort. It's like this. Okay. So more and more you take the ownership about what you are doing. Ownership is not about leadership. First of all, let's understand. We cannot say the leader should only take the ownership or something. When we say ownership, it's like what you are doing, take the ownership. It's like this. Okay. Take a control of what you're doing, right? It's like this. Fine. But let's understand that how different kind of testing works. And when we say E2E testing, end-to-end testing, it's not just like starting off from a flow and going to the end of a particular test scenario, right? That is a separate E2E testing, we can say. But it's not just like that. When we say end-to-end testing, we should also understand that actually you should be able to test, in different layers. So for example, if you are working on the front end side, right, you're doing functional user interface testing and the automation, right, you are touching a layer, right? When if you are checking the business logic or the middle layer, you may be doing it through API testing, correct? And there are non-functional aspects like performance testing, accessibility testing, scalability check, security testing, right? So mobile testing, you are testing your single application in all different ways, correct? That is also a different type of end-to-end testing where you are touching all the layers. So as a test engineer, we should try to become a test engineer who can work in any layer or all the layer. It's like this. That should be our, a goal, a long-term goal. It's like this. But how to do this thing? As a career, if you want to make a better career in testing, learn one thing at a time. Don't, mix a lot of things to achieve something. Don't learn a lot of things at one time. It will be very messy. It will be difficult to concentrate on one thing, and you will not be able to complete something. So it's better learn one thing at a time. If you are learning, let's say API testing, do it fully. Give at least 3 to 4 months to just learning the API testing, right? It should not be like, okay, I have to give an interview. I want to appear on different interviews for the job search. So let's learn API testing in 10 days. It is not going to work, right? So it's better you learn it in a good way, with fresh mind, learn the things in detail. If you are learning any tool, go in depth to that, at least up to a position when you can create your own framework, right? In that sense. Learn in practical way. So don't just learn theoretically. So I'll give you another example. Let's say if you're learning Java or any programming language, it's not just like seeing some tutorial and learning, okay, this is how for loop works, this is how collection works, this is how exception handling works. Just seeing by the example, you may get the concept, but actually if you want to implement those things in future, if you want to become better test engineer or the automation engineer, it's better whenever you are learning, do the practical on the same day, at the same moment when you are learning it, right? So what I'm saying is create your own programs, right? Play with it more, do more experiment with it. It's like this. Okay. Then once you learn it, showcase it to your peers, your friend, your colleagues, and that will be a kind of validation that what is actually working. People are able to understand those things. That will improve your communication skills also. And Be aware about what new development thing, it's happening in your field, in testing field. Okay, fine. Let's understand about why we are saying testing is a great career option, has a great career options on different things, right? And let's understand these things logically. In nowadays, when we are following this agile, what we say, different kind of methodologies and the framework, there are generally 8 to 10 members in a team. 8 to 10 members are there, right? So on average, there are two QA members, right? Rest maybe like, let's say, UI expert, or what we say, full stack developer, or maybe one the person will be from the database side. It happens like this. But generally, QA members are always there and will always be there. Correct? So the ratio is good. If you think logically, whenever there are, let's say, 8,000 jobs, it's very simple. Let's say there are 8,000 job opportunities. 2,000 of them will always be for the QA engineers, right? So the proportion wise, it's superb. It's like always 20 to 25% is hiring for the QA, right? So if you think it logically, it's a very good career option. But the thing is, it all depends on how you're showcasing your testing skill, right? That will open a lot of other opportunities for you, correct? So nowadays, the ideal candidate, when we say how they are, like what company demands, right? Based on their requirement, what they want, okay? A test engineer should be very good on the testing concepts. That is the predominant, the very first requirement. If anybody want to become test engineer, right? You have to be good on testing concepts, right? API plus SQL. So when we say SQL, it's a database concept. You should be good on writing queries. API side, yes, you should know how API testing, how API works, what is API, what are different methods involved when you do API testing, right? How you can automate those things, okay? And then there is one very important what we say competency or the skill which most of the companies check is about, it's all about automation. Okay, that is very important. So UI automation or the mobile automation or both, you should be good with. Okay, performance testing using JMeter or load runner, accessibility testing related things, non-functional checks, usability testing, security testing. These are, it's if you know these things, right, that means you are touching all the layers of your product testing. It's like this. Fine. But when you are talking about testing career path, apart from the usual conventional way of becoming a test engineer, then senior test engineer, leader, manager, director, that is a good path, right? That is a conventional way. But let's understand that everyone will not become test manager. It's very logical. Let's understand. As of now, let's say there are 8,000, let's say 10,000 test engineers are there, right? Let's assume just let's say 100. We'll not take the 1,000 example or 10,000. Just 100 test engineers are there, right, in a company. So do you think after 5 years, all those 100, if they are working on the same company, they all will become leader? They all will become manager? No, it's not going to happen, right? It's very logical. Company requires, based on their project, let's say 5 to 10 test leaders, 1 or 2 test managers, correct? Everyone will not become test manager, right? But that doesn't mean that as a skill set, as the competencies. You should not develop yourself, you should not become yourself as a test manager or the test lead over the years. By passing, over year by year, you have to develop your skill set as a leader or as a manager, right? It's like this. But there are other career options also. Testing is one such thing where you will automatically get a good command over how your product works, how the user is interacting, because that thing better through a lot of different scenarios, how your software works and how your software will not work also. That also, correct? So after, if you are doing a testing, you can become automation enabler. So when we say automation enabler, it's like more on automation side. You can become test automation engineer, and then there will be a career path. You can become Scrum Master and then Agile coach, and it has its own career path. Testing, from the testing side, people can go to the product management side. Product managers, they can become what we say, project manager, delivery manager, right? From the testing side, you can pursue then RPA, robotic process automation side you can do. From the testing side, you can move to the business analyst, subject matter expert, product owner, that part. No other field in software development can give you this much opportunity. I'm telling you, because let's understand, the person who is working in database side, generally they are not able to pursue this kind of career, right? Let's understand. Or the people who are in the UI or UI expert or UX expert, they cannot do, they don't have this much options. But as a QA or as a testing side more, right, you have a lot of options. But does this mean that we should actually follow any one of this? It's not like that. Let's understand again. First, we should become good on all these things, touching the layers of how you can test your software in different ways, in the UI layer, in the API layer, in the database layer, in the security testing way, in mobile testing, right? Or accessibility testing, performance wise, how your software, how your software behaves, right? How your websites perform when there are 1,000 users, when there are 10,000 users, right? In that way, if you will test your product in different ways, you have to learn different things. Then think about, if you think that, okay, now I know about the testing, all these things. So, and if you think that, no, I'm not going to become leader or manager, right? I don't want to become, let's say, then you can think of different career path. It's like this, okay? That's it about this part. I still have one more slide to talk about the game plan. Game plan is more of like how we should start learning test automation. So that I'll talk more, right? This date here was not correct, but yes, now I am taking some questions. So what you can do is you can ask now the question, you can put it in chat window. We still have a lot of things to talk, right? But if you have question, you can unmute and ask, right? But one by one, please. Okay. I'm able to see a lot of people have joined here. And if you have any question, you can unmute and ask. We'll talk about a lot of things now, like how the whole, testing life cycle or different kind of learning will help you on becoming a better test engineer. I'll show you some of the tutorial also from the Geeks for Geeks. So start to start learning those things. Okay. Yes. You can ask question, guys. You can unmute yourself. Be open about whatever you want to ask. Okay. Or yes, Isaac, if you want to ask, yes, you can unmute and ask. No issue.
Okay, so please, I wanted to ask if I am a software a developer, can I include a software testing? Is it like a career on its own, or it is important for me to also add a testing career to my software development career?
Okay. So are you asking about if are you working as a developer already, like a coder?
Yeah, I am a developer, beginner developer.
Beginner, right? Okay. So let's understand. There are two parts. When you want to become a coder, programmer, right? So there is a separate career for that part, right? There is a separate career path. But if you think that you want to become test engineer, you feel that your interest is more towards doing verification and the validation of something, right? It's better that if you want to become, go through the testing path, you can easily do that. Okay. It's not a rocket science. The thing is, testing concepts, you should understand first how to test the software in different ways, how to create the scenarios, right? When to execute it, how to execute, right? It's more of that. It's like this. So people who have raised the hand, they can directly, unmute themselves and ask. No issue. I believe, Isaac, have I answered your question?
Yeah, very clear, very clear. Thank
Great.
you.
Yes. Okay, I will unmute. Somebody's asking me to unmute. Okay.
Hi.
Yes.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes. Please go ahead.
Yeah. My name is Arun Kumar. I'm currently working as manual testing engineer. I have 3 years of experience. I just want to learn automation.
Okay.
How is this course helpful? Will you please let me know? How many hours per day this course is gonna conduct?
Yeah. We are going to see that thing just in 2 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go through the syllabus first, and then we will talk about other things. Okay. Please wait.
Yeah. And one more thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I have some basic knowledge on Java.
Okay.
This course is for Java plus a Selenium, right?
Yes.
So we'll start from scratch, right? This course from Java
Yes.
basic.
Yes. Please
Yeah.
wait for 2 more minutes. Probably all your questions will be answered automatically. Wait for 2 minutes. Okay. I'm
Yeah,
going to
sure.
that part only. Okay. Fine. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And somebody has asked about from tester to Scrum Master, how the flow can be. So it's very simple. Scrum Master, if you want to become, it's like you have to understand the agile process or the whole software development process first, how delivery happens. And then you have to understand how to interact with, um, product owner, business analyst, and the team members. And there is a particular course then to become Scrum Masters or the certifications available. It's better to do Scrum Master certifications. Then you can pursue that career. You can search job and all, right? But it's more of better communication. You should have better sense of tracking the things, right? That will be helpful. Somebody has asked that they are from finance background and they want to become go to the IT field. So now can I go with full stack developer or testing field? It's a good question. So it depends on your what we say interest. But yes, if you are from finance background, there is a good career path you can have pursue with the testing. Why? Because there are a lot of companies who works in financial sector, right? So let's assume all the banks, let's say Citibank, Barclays, there are hundreds of banks. All the banks, they have their software division also, or the department also. There they need people who understand about the finance also, the domain, the business of, the whole financial thing, and or the capital market, share market, right? All those things, banking, how banking works, how lending works, how mortgage thing works, right? So it's good that you have a knowledge about the finance background, let's say, right? So you can learn testing. There will be a good opportunity, and the automation. And yeah, so about the course and everything we'll talk about later on. Okay, great. I'm stopping it here, and we'll again go through this. We are going through this, and first, okay, because somebody has asked, let me cover that part first about the course. Okay, so if you go here, you can simply go to all courses, and here if you search Selenium, right? So probably you guys are already registered, right? So I just want to show you where the whole course syllabus and everything is present. This one, okay? Here the whole syllabus part is also there. Let's go through it. It won't take much time, just 2 to 3 minutes, and it will answer all your question also. So basically, it is divided week wise. So if I click on show more here, what are the things we will learn? That is important. And guys, I know most of you already, registered, or already, registered for this course, right? Let's understand, start learning it. Okay. Start learning from today itself. Okay. So what you can do is, there are a lot of resources already available. You can start learning through GFG portal itself. There are a lot of blogs, tutorial already available, right? Let's understand what we will cover. We will start from about how software development works, type of testing and all, right? We'll start Java from scratch. Okay, we'll learn about variable, loops, basic core Java part we will cover. And then, because we have very detailed tutorial about it, we will give you a lot of material, lot of video tutorial also, that you have to catch up with that thing. Meanwhile, there will be teaching assistants. If you have any queries, you can ask to them. I'll be there throughout your whole journey of all these things. Okay. And we'll do the things in a very practical way. We'll start the Selenium part, but that doesn't mean that we will not do Java part. So for some of the Java concept, we will learn it parallelly doing the Selenium also. Okay. We'll do it from very scratch, setting up your first test, understanding about the elements, locators. Then we'll create the framework. There will be TestNG framework, behavior-driven development, Cucumber framework we will learn. We'll create what we say, a kind of framework where there will be minimum or no human intervention. That will be called a proper automation, right? When you are creating the test cases, you are converting it to test automation code. So it should run also automatically. So we'll learn about GitHub, how to put your automation script into Git, how are there different Git commands. We'll learn about Jenkins, right? And we'll talk about the whole career opportunities. There will be some, sessions about mock interviews also. It's like this. The detailed content about the syllabus, right? So somebody has put it in already here, right? So you can go through this page and you will be able to see the whole syllabus part here. Okay, this is like week wise we have put it, like what are the things we will learn. Okay, and this will be more practically oriented. Okay, so I will suggest all of you to go through this week wise. What are the things we are going to cover? Basically, to help all these things, there are blogs also. So I'm giving you just an example. If you want to learn about software development lifecycle, there are blogs available which will explain you how it works. If you want to learn about verification and validation, how it works, there are different tutorials available. Okay, so while doing the whole course also will give you a lot of material from where you have to learn some theoretical concepts also, how Jenkins works, that you'll see practically. But then if you want to prepare for the interviews also, there are tutorial available free to access to all of you. Okay, it worked like this. I am going back to the game plan. So when I'm saying game plan, we have to take our learning as a game plan. Okay, it should be like a challenge that, okay, I want to learn the things, right? So let's start learning part. I'm expecting that, or assuming that our audience is more of like, let's say, freshers or the test engineers or the professional who are already working somewhere, or the people who are new into IT industry, right? Or maybe from non-IT, they want to shift to the IT. It's like this. Our approach will be very practical, very logical. There will be trial and error, so that when you are making a program or the test script, you may face problem, but then you have to overcome it, right? You have to understand how to troubleshoot also. So we'll guide you on that part, right? Our approach will be very engaging approach. It's not just like one way session that the trainer will tell you something and then you are just listening it. It will not be like that. The trainer, let's say if I'm doing it, right, I'll be doing it. So whatever I am doing at my end in my system, at the same time you will also be doing it at your system, and then and there you will learn through the real practical example. And we'll talk about the whole code part. We'll talk about a small thing about the coding structure, so that will build a better confidence about the coding part. You will overcome the fear of coding, right? So generally the test engineers who are working more on the manual testing side, they have a bit of fear about whether I'll be able to do coding or not, or something like that, right? Or they have tried it, but it's difficult to them. So first thing what we will do in initial overcome, fear of coding first. We'll talk about, that coding is not difficult. There are a lot of hype. I don't know. It's created around coding part or the programming side. It's not difficult. It's easy. It's easy. The thing is you have to learn it in a proper way. You have to, what do we say? Set a mindset that it's not difficult. It's like come what may, we'll learn it. It's like this. We need positive thinking. We need your attention. proper attention to learn something. You have to be ready on to experiment. You have to be ready to research on. If you are stuck at any point, research it, resolve it. It's like this. And we are here to resolve those things. What is the game plan? Game plan is, because this is about a particular course about UI automation, right? So we have to understand how user interface works, how HTML, CSS, and JavaScript works on a website, right? That thing we will understand first. Then we will learn Java to about understanding of the programming part, because we are learning Selenium with Java. That's why here we have included Java. Selenium is for the automation, how you write the script that will automate the browser activity. It's like this. And how you create the framework to put your test cases or the test script in a particular way, in a better way, maintainable way, right? Then we'll learn about behavior-driven development testing. So see, behavior-driven development is development approach. It's not testing part. The testing which supports BDD, right? So one of them is Cucumber, right? One of them is, let's say Cucumber framework, we can say. So that we will learn. It's again a layer you have to learn. When you learn Selenium in detail, learning Cucumber is not difficult. Learning Cucumber is not difficult, right? So we'll cover those things, but it's very good to learn those things. Then we will cover GitHub, Git commands, Jenkins, so that we'll understand how to manage the source code, how to do systematic execution, how to group the test cases and execute it through Jenkins job. Those things we will do. But let's understand, when you're saying you want to become a test automation engineer for the user interface part, or UI browser testing part, or web test automation, it's not like that we will do a 2-month course and or 3-month course from anywhere and suddenly you will become test automation. Practically, it's not like that. You have to understand that it takes time to learn the things. It takes time to build, a knowledge which you remember forever, right? So it's in a sequential way of, giving the time on your own side also, right? So it's not like that you should learn, let's say 3 months, some kind of automation tool, and then you should learn another automation tool and then another. It will not be helpful. It will not be fruitful. When you're learning Selenium, let's say, give it a time. Let's say 1 year, 2 years, work on it. People are working in Selenium, for example, for last 10 to 12 years, right? And they have great career, pursuing their career in a very good way, right? So this particular roadmap, what I'm trying to say is HTML, CSS, JavaScript from your own end, at least give 15 days. I'm not talking about the course which we have. What I'm saying is, ideally, how much time you should give, right, to become, a better test automation engineer. So 15 days, Java, 60 days. Though Java is like, it will never stop. You have to keep on learning even after 10 years. It's not like that in 60 days you will learn everything and it's done. It's not like that, right? It's a big programming language. What I'm saying is, at least 60 days. Give it. Give Java to 60 days to learn basic things first. Selenium, 1 year. So understand all those functionalities, all different way of doing automation, all different way of finding the elements and all. BDD testing 60 days, Git Jenkins 30 days. It's like a practical approach if you want to become test automation engineer. And after, if you do it in a proper way, in a planned way, you will have a lot of options in your career. It's like this. So what is your homework for today? So it's like you should get ready for this roadmap. We will finish it in 10 to 11 weeks max, right? Our target is this, but you have to get ready. You should have an attitude that, okay, I can automate anything. It's like this, right? Fine. That's it from my end. Now, if you have any question, again, you can ask. Okay. You can unmute and you can ask now. Or I am checking in YouTube live also we are, right? So I am checking if we have any question there. Let's wait for 1 more minute. Yeah, somebody has raised. Adavi, you want to ask something? Arun Kumar? You can raise hand. Yeah, you can ask now.
Yeah. May I know the class timings?
Yes, so that will be weekend, 3 to 5. Saturday, Sunday, 3 to 5. Or maybe more than 2 hours. It's like this. But it will be on weekends. Okay.
That will be okay.
Anybody else has any question? Yes, Dipanshu, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Dipanshu Sharma, and I just want to ask one thing. How much experience do we need to be a Scrum Master? Actually, I posted on your comment section as well. Maybe you missed that. So that's why I'm asking.
Yes. So to start with, it's like you should know how agile process works.
Actually, I'm working. Actually, I have a 4 years of experience in software testing domain, and I have little hands-on Cypress automation as well. And I'm working
Scrum
on
Master. So see, Scrum Master is a role. Okay.
yeah, that I know, and I am working in agile methodology.
Great.
That's
Great. So what is your question? You are asking how much experience
experience
is
do we
required?
need? Right, required to be a Scrum Master.
So ideally, the thing is, even if somebody is new, fresher, right, they can also become a Scrum Master. But maturity wise, it's better a person who is a test engineer or in the software industry for 2 years, right? Then they can become a better Scrum Master because they already know how communication works, how the whole development process works, right? So I would say 2 years. If you are into software industry already, you can become Scrum Master also. Fine. Yes, I'm still waiting. If we have any query, I'm checking. Somebody has asked that they are from the commerce background and they are passionate about software development and they tried HTML, CSS, JavaScript and they found it very interesting. Can I become a software developer? Why not? See, nowadays, it's like if you have interest, even if you are from arts background, commerce background, it's fine. You can become software developer, you can become software test engineer. The problem is little bit different. The thing is, there are companies who want to hire more on the engineering side, like the people who are doing BE or BTech or BCA or MCA or MSc computer science, BSc computer science, right? Because they have some filtration criteria of hiring these people, right? They want to hire more on this side. But product-based companies, right? If you have right set of skill sets, right? If you want to, you can showcase that you have this kind of knowledge, right? Then you can go to the software development side also. Okay. But then you have to put a bit more effort on finding the right people to go into the IT industry, right? You have to have good connection with the HR or the people in the software industries to get the interview call. Okay. It's like this. Anybody else has any question here? Yes, go ahead, please.
Sorry. Hello.
Yes.
Hello, my name is Bilal. I wanted to ask, in this course, we will learn UI automation. After that, we have API automation and database automation. Is there, and security automation, is there a course after that that talk about that?
Yeah. So about this particular course, right? It will include whatever I have discussed it here, right? About the test automation, the UI automation side, it will be more, okay? But security testing, API testing, or the database testing, in future, there will be separate courses, right? It will be like this. There will be, or there may be separate courses for that. This particular 10-week course, it is more inclined or it is more on the UI automation for the web page and for the mobile. So there will be an interesting thing. We will learn about the mobile test automation using Appium in the week 9 and week 10. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
Great. Thank you.
Great. Fine, guys. I think we have covered most of the things. If you still have question, you can connect to our GFG spokes, right? You can connect them through mail or with the forum. And if you still have queries, you can put it there. It's like this. Okay. Fine. Thank you, guys. I'm stopping it here. Bye. Have a nice Sunday now.
You too.
Yes, you still have question?
No, I was just about to say bye. Happy weekend.
Yes. Thank you, guys. Thanks to all of you. Bye.
Thanks, Nitesh. Now I'm going to end this meeting.
Yeah.